ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। So as you know, today we will be discussing the Shanti Mantras as they are called. So the name itself denotes what they are. So just a few words about the name. Shanti is, as in many Indian languages, so in Sanskrit, Shanti means peace. Mantra is a special term because the Vedas are very special. They are special because they are said to be uncreated. There is no authorship assigned to the Vedas. No one has written the Vedas, not even God. Vedas are revealed. Vedas are revealed to special persons called Rishis. They are or saints and sages. Of course, Rishi is also a special term. We will see what it means. So, for all practical purposes, we can say saints and sages. So, the Vedas are revealed to those Rishis in their pure minds, the minds which are purified by meditation, austerities, and devotion to God. The exact word, a special, something which has some special potency, we can say like that. So, something which is specially potent, which has some power impregnated in it, and which has been revealed to saints and sages in their pure minds, that is a mantra, and that is what the Vedas contain. So this is what Shanti Mantra denotes, and of course we will just see it in some detail. So the tenets of the Sanatana Dharma or the Hindu Dharma are based on the Vedas. This we have discussed earlier. That is why Hinduism is therefore described as Vedika Matam, that which is based upon the Vedas. And you know that Vedas have been divided into 4 portions by the great sage Veda Vyasa. Those 4 are Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharva Veda. And each Veda is broadly divided into 2 parts. The mantra section called the Samhitas and the prose section titled as Brahmanas. So now right from the Vedic age, men and women have recited mantras to achieve material prosperity and spiritual welfare. These are supposed to be very potent, and even today we use mantras as a powerful tool for spiritual unfoldment. And of course, when we recite something, it becomes more productive in our life if we know the meaning of that mantra. So, what is the definition of mantra in our scriptures? Mantra is defined as Mananat Trayate iti mantra. So, Mananat means when we meditate upon that, Trayate. Trayate means it delivers us, it protects us. So, that which when meditated upon leads to our good, that is called mantra. And mantras are in praise of various gods and goddesses, and they are recited with various ends in view. They can also be used for worldly gains, they can also be used for spiritual progress. It depends upon us. Now, a collection of mantras is called a sukta. So, since sukta is a collection of mantras, what is true for mantra is also true for sukta. Now, there are four essential factors related to a sukta. We will just see that through an image so that it becomes clear. I will just share an image. So in front of you, you can see a sukta is a collection of mantras, and there are four essential factors related to a sukta. First is the rishi who gleaned it. It means that the rishi to whom it was revealed. Rishi did not write it. The rishi is mentioned in the Vedas. They did not write the mantras. The mantras were revealed to them. So first is the rishi, name of the rishi associated with the mantra. Second is the devta or god who is propitiated by that mantra. Third is the chandas or meter of the mantra. And fourth is called in Sanskrit Viniyoga or ritualistic application of the mantra. So these four are the essential factors related to a sukta. So in order to understand the mantras in detail, we have to know a little more about these terms. So we will just discuss it in a short way. So first is a rishi. Now we have seen that Sanskrit words are derived from roots, and those roots give us an idea of the meaning of the words. So rishi is derived from the root drish. Drish means to see. This means that the rishis are seers. They see something. What do they see? They are seers of what? The Vedic mantras. The Vedic mantras they see means the mantras are revealed to them. So the Vedas represent the spiritual experiences of our ancient rishis. And those rishis are only mediums or agents who transmit to people their spiritual experiences. So the truths of the Vedas are revelations. Vedas were not invented or written down, they were revealed. They are revealed in every age to those rishis who are suitable, who are fit, whose minds have been sufficiently purified. That is why it is said in Sanskrit, Sakshat Krita Dharmana Rishayo. Sakshat Krita, Sakshat here means direct experience of what? Of Dharma. Dharma here means spiritual truths. So those who directly experience those truths, that is Sakshat, they are rishis. Sakshat Krita Dharmana Rishayo Babhuvu. They were called rishis. And what was their aim? Their aim was asakshat krita dharmabhya, those who had not realized those truths. Upadeshena, by their teachings, mantran sampradu. Upadesha means teaching. So rishis were those to whom spiritual truths were directly revealed. And what was their function? What was their aim in life? To those who to whom those truths had not been revealed, sampradu, they gave those truths. So people like us, we get those truths from Upanishads, etc. Those Upanishads are what? Those Upanishads are direct revelations which the Rishis experienced in their purified minds, and they gave it to us so that we can also understand those truths as per our capabilities. So the definition given in the Nirukta, now Nirukta means it is a treatise which deals with etymology. Etymology, derivation of words, and is the study concerned with the correct interpretation of Sanskrit words in the Vedas. You see, in the Vedas, the problem is many words, archaic words, are used only once. Like how do we, in general language, how do we learn a language? We hear that the words are repeated, they are used in so many contexts. So when we keep on hearing, we keep on connecting, then we slowly know the meaning of the words. But suppose a word is only used once, we have no guide. How to relate those words? So for these, we need a special person or special book who can tell us what the words mean. So in the Vedas, there are so many such words. So how to know their meaning? That is why the book which tells us that meaning, that is called Nirukta. And it was written by a great sage, Yaskacharya. So Nirukta is one of the Vedangas. Veda Anga. Anga means auxiliary. So there are 6 Vedangas and one of them is Nirukta. The others are Shiksha, Chanda, Vyakarana, Jyotish and Kalpa. So I'll just show a chart. So these are the Vedangas, and you can see on the left side that which we are discussing, that is called Nirukta. So it gives the correct meaning of the Vedic, many words used in the Vedas, the meanings of which are not clear. So according to the Nirukta, the word Rishi also has been the meaning has been given in Nirukta of the word Rishi, and that is our guide. So what does it say? Rishayo mantra drashtara. Drashta means seer, one who sees. That is drashta. So who are the Rishis? Rishis were those who saw the mantras. Saw means not with their physical eyes, of course. They were revealed to their purified minds. In that sense, they saw them. So Rishayo mantra dashtara. The Rishis are seers of the mantra. That is the meaning of the word Rishi. So mantras are actually insights obtained through austerities. Austerities, devotion to God, all these things. And the next is the other 3 factors we can just discuss regarding the sukta. Next is chandas. Chanda is the meter. Chanda denotes meter in poetry. Vedic prosody is called Chanda Shastra. And this, of course, is also one of the 6 Vedangas as we have seen. Next is Devta. Devta are deities that represent a particular aspect of cosmic consciousness. Devta also means it is also applied to God himself, Ishvara. But there are many smaller devtas. Like we believe that the forces of nature are governed by lesser devtas. So they are deities that who represent a particular aspect of cosmic consciousness, and since everything in creation is understood essentially as consciousness, everything is worthy of worship, and all things, animate and inanimate, have an associated devta that represents the particular aspect of that consciousness. Like Varuna Devta. Varuna Devta is supposed to be the god of wind. Agni Devta, the god of fire. So this is one meaning of the word Devta. But another aspect is there of this word. It is said that by Devta of a mantra is not meant only a deity, but also the subject matter of the mantra. So Yaskacharya wrote the Nirukta from which we have quoted. So about this also Yaskacharya says, about this meaning of the word Devta, he says, when God, desiring to impart instruction about a particular object, describes its properties in a mantra, it is said to have that object as its Devta. So suppose God wants us to know about a particular subject and he describes that subject in a mantra, then that subject is the Devta of the mantra. For example, in the Rig Veda, it is said that Shraddha or faith is also a Devta. Now, Shraddha cannot be the name of a deity, it's a quality. That is why, according to this view, Devta is not only a deity, but also the subject matter of the mantra through which God wants to teach us that subject. That is the thing. So these are the two accepted meanings of Devta. And the fourth one we have covered, Rishi, Chandas, Devta. And the one was left, no? Viniyoga, of course, Viniyoga is the application of the mantra. So we need not go into that now. Now, among the Shanti Mantras, today we will discuss a very popular Shanti Mantra. Many of us know that. We have chanted that, we have recited that. So, what is the purpose of reciting these mantras? They are prayers. Shanti Mantras are prayers. Prayers to the Almighty God. So, reciting them before commencing any work is an old tradition, very old tradition which can be traced right back to the Vedas. And what is the purpose? These prayers relax the mind, make it focused, and orient it towards the task at hand. When we recite some prayer, we make our minds ready. Make our mind ready to do what we are going to do, the job we are going to do. Either it may be learning or it may be anything. So all these worship, in the Vedic tradition, nearly every event is connected with some worship or some mantra. As soon as a child is born, some sanskaras are there, some worship is there. Then when his sacred thread is given, again some worship is there. So all these mantras are used in those special occasions also, and even in our regular life we use them. So these have great significance because they remind us of the holiness of each work, each stage in our life. That is one thing. And in ordinary things also, they help us to focus our minds on the work which we are going to do so that we can do it more efficiently. And on the highest level, what is the use of the mantras? That is said by Shankaracharya in his commentary on the Upanishads. The highest use which can be made of the mantra, what is it? It removes the obstacles associated with gaining the highest knowledge. That is the use. So in Shankaracharya's words, Brahma Vidya Prapti Upasarga Upashamanartha Shanti Pathyate. He says before the Shanti Mantra, he says, Shanti Pathyate, we are going to do Patha, we are going to recite the Shanti Mantra. Why? Brahma Vidya Prapti, in order to gain the highest knowledge, the knowledge of Brahman, Upasarga means all the obstacles which may arise. Many obstacles may arise when we are searching for such a high thing. So Upashamana means transcending those obstacles, avoiding them, getting over them. That is the highest purpose of the mantra. So that there should be no obstacles in our gaining the highest knowledge which there can be, the knowledge of God or Brahman. So the mantra we are going to discuss today is a very popular Shanti mantra. It is found in the Taittiriya Upanishad as well as it is the Shanti mantra of the Katha Upanishad. And this Shanti mantra is chanted to invoke peace before the commencement of the teaching and learning process. When a teacher is teaching and a student is learning, many obstacles can come up. Many things can act as impediments to knowledge being given and knowledge being received. So, to overcome these impediments, to make the teacher and student realize what they should do, it makes the teacher realize how he should teach, and it makes the student realize how he should accept those teachings and how this can be done in a peaceful way. Because if there is no peace, then how can knowledge be transmitted? So all these is conveyed by this very popular Shanti mantra. It is very common. So we will first chant it as it is, then we will break up the words, because in Sanskrit the problem is the words are combined into sandhis to make their pronunciation easier. So often without knowing the sandhi breakup, it is impossible to know the meaning of the words. So first we will chant the Shanti mantra, which I think you all know. Then we will see the breakup of the sandhi. Then we will see what Sayanacharya, the great commentator on the Vedas, has said about it. Then we will also see what Shankaracharya has said about it. So first I will just share the image of that mantra. Yeah, please. You can go and check. Yeah. So the mantra is there before you. So I will just repeat one line by line, and I will just chant, and you can please repeat. Of course, I know you all know this mantra. So let us start. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai. It looks you have not eaten for days. Yeah. Let us start again. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai. तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Yeah, so this is the mantra. Unfortunately, many times it is chanted Sahana Bhavatu. That is wrong. It is not Bhavatu. It is Sahanavavatu. So we will just see how the meaning, we will just see the Sandhi breakup so that we know. I will just share another image for that. So here you can see the meaning with each word given separately. Now, Sahanavavatu is composed of three words. Saha. Saha means together. Now, both of us. Like in Sanskrit, that aham, that word I, how it goes? Aham avam yuyam. So avam, that dual, when two persons are mentioned, now means that avam means both of us. Avatu, avatu means protect. Then again, saha now, same words, bhunaktu, bhunaktu means nourish. And saha together, viryam, viryam means effort, karvavahi, let us make. So teacher and student, both let us make the effort. Then tejasvi, tejasvi means powerful, luminous. We will discuss it. What does it mean? Tejasvi navadhitam. So navadhitam means Tejasvi now adhitam. Adhita means that which has been learnt, and now means both of us. So Tejasvi navadhitam astu. Astu means let it be so. Ma means Sanskrit in no. No. So ma vid vishavahi. Let us not quarrel. Because if the teacher and student are not on good terms, knowledge cannot be exchanged properly. So this is the word by word breakup, and Om Shanti 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 means let there be peace, 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 peace on all the three levels. So we will discuss that. So what is the translation then of the whole thing? That is also given, you can see. May we means the teacher and the student, be protected. It is a prayer to God that God, please protect us both, teacher and the student. May we be nourished together. May we both put in effort. Because it will not do if effort is only one way. Suppose only teacher strives and the student doesn't make any effort, there'll be no use, because the student won't learn anything. And the student may be very diligent, very enthusiastic, but if the teacher is not good, he doesn't give his full effort in trying to make him understand, then also knowledge cannot be gained. So both of us should put our efforts. That is the prayer. That is the resolve. That may we put our efforts. And Tejasvi now adhitam astu. So what has been adhita means what has been studied by us, may that knowledge be luminous. Luminous means many things we will see. It means may it be productive in our lives. And ma vid vishavahi means may we not quarrel with each other, may we not hate each other. So is a prayer to Brahman or God. So Om Shanti 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 means let there be peace. So now we will just go through a detailed meaning of all this, what we have seen, all these words. So it contains 4 parts: Sahanavavatu, bhunaktu, Saha Viryam Karvavahai, and Tejasvi Navadhitam Astu Ma Vid Vishavai. These are 4 parts of this mantra. So just a short study of these as much as our time allows. So first is Saha now avatu, means let us both be protected. So initially both the teacher and the student seek protection. Now what does this protection mean? Protection from what? Now Sayanacharya, the great commentator on the Vedas, he comes to our help here. He says protection of the teacher means what? The teacher should be protected from what? He says alasya, laziness. If the teacher is lazy, and of course this also pertains to the student, we have to be protected from laziness. If we are lazy, then neither can we teach nor can we learn. So may the teacher be protected from being lazy, may the student be also protected, but for the student he gives a different meaning. So especially for teacher he says, may the teacher be protected from being lazy in preparing and delivering the teaching to his fullest capacity. And what should the student be protected from? That is also a wonderful explanation. He says, apratipatti vipratipatti rahita grahanam. Grahanam means receiving the knowledge. Rahita grahanam means he should be rid of these faults when receiving the knowledge. These faults should not be there. What are those faults? Apratipatti, vipratipatti. Apratipatti means non-understanding. He does not understand what the teacher is saying. Vipratipatti means misunderstanding. If he doesn't understand at all, that is also no good. But he may understand, but he misunderstands. That is also dangerous. So both these things the student should be protected from. He should not be inattentive, and there should not be non-comprehension or wrong comprehension of what the teacher is teaching. See how beautifully they describe. Without this, it is impossible to understand. So this is the meaning of let both teacher and student be protected. Teacher protected from being lazy, student protected from non-comprehension or misunderstanding both. He should comprehend and comprehend the right meaning. So this is the meaning of let us both be protected. Saha now avatu. Next comes Saha now bhunaktu. Both the teacher and the student should be nourished. Now, what does nourishment mean? Here there is no food, etc., which they are eating. So, there is no question of this gross kind of nourishment. So, what is nourishment of the student? It is said, Upadishta artha grahanena avidya nivritti. Avidya means ignorance. We have seen that. Avidya nivritti means what? Removal of ignorance. By what? Upadishta, what has been taught. Artha, the meaning. Grahanena, when accepted, when understood. So the teacher teaches something that is called upadishta. The teaching is called what has been taught. So when the students accepts that teaching, grahanena, by that acceptance, what happens? Avidya, ignorance, nivritti, removed. That is the nourishment of the student. How beautifully is described. By teaching, how is the student nourished? When his ignorance is removed by his correct understanding and acceptance of the teacher's teaching. He may understand sometimes, but his mind doesn't accept. That also happens. When there is too much of sometimes egoism or sometimes misapprehension to such an extent that even though his intellect understands, his heart does not accept. That also should not happen. He should accept it with full faith and understanding. Through that, what will happen? His ignorance will be removed. And that is what is nourishment of the student. So the removal of students' ignorance through the firm grasp of the meaning of the teachings which has been imparted by the teacher. That is the thing. This way the students are nourished. And how is the teacher nourished? See, nourishment means what? Nourishment means satisfaction. If I gain some nourishment, I feel, tripti it is called. So when you are satisfied. So when is the teacher satisfied? Nourishment of the teacher is explained by Sayanacharya as avidya nivrittim pashyan acharya paritushyati. Paritushyati means he becomes satisfied. Acharya is the teacher. Acharya paritushyati, he becomes satisfied. When? When he sees pashyan avidya nivritti. He sees that the ignorance of the student has been removed. That is his greatest gain. That is his nourishment. If he sees that I am teaching again and again and again, but the student is still asking the same question, he has not gained anything, he will also feel, he won't feel satisfied, no. So, how does he feel satisfied? How does the teacher gain nourishment? When he sees that the ignorance of the student has been completely removed, means the teaching has attained its aim. That is the main thing. So when a teacher finds that has happened, he becomes nourished. How beautifully is explained. So Sahanavavatu, may we be protected. Sahanavavatu bhunaktu means may we be nourished. And Saha viryam karvavahi. Let us put, the teacher and student pray that to attain such nourishment may we put in viryam. Viryam, you can translate, actually viryam is also shakti or power. So here viryam is described by Sayanacharya, the power and ability to reach one's goal. Swaprayojana samarthyam. Swaprayojana means what I am aiming for. So if I have to attain something, I have to have that power within me. Otherwise, how can I attain something? So swaprayojana samarthyam. the power and ability to reach one's goal. That is Viryam. So this is a kind of resolve taken by the teacher and student that let us both make a resolve that to attain this goal, we both should make sufficient and proper efforts. That is the meaning of Saha Viryam Karvavahi. Next, the fourth one and the last one is Tejasvi now adhitam astu and ma vid vishavahi. So this also has two parts. Tejasvi now adhitam astu. Tejasvi means, again, it also sometimes means powerful or it means luminous. So it means that now adhitam means what jointly, what we have, the efforts we have made, what we have learnt. So here adhitam is also for the teacher, mind you. Teacher also learns something when he teaches the student. So it now adhitam means refers to joint learning. And Tejasvi is explained by Sayanacharya as Swa-artha prakashakam. Swa-artha, revealing its own meaning. The teaching revealing its own meaning, shedding light on its own meaning. So this means, may the meaning be revealed through itself. So many things are not immediately revealed. In course of time, when our brain becomes mature, slowly those things are revealed in course of time. So, what happened? I think we should make a phone call and see. Oh, they are here. Okay. Then it's okay. My God, half an hour. Anyway, all's well that ends well. So, yeah, it is said there is a verse in Sanskrit. It says that 1/4 of knowledge is obtained from the teacher, 1/4 by the student with his own intellect, 1/4 from fellow students, and the final quarter in course of time. So even if everything is okay, the student is good, the teacher is good, the fellow students are good, there may be some things which we can only understand with time. Everything cannot be understood at once. When we gain particular a maturity, when our brain becomes fit, so then the teacher says, okay, I have taught you, now wait for the correct time. Sri Ramakrishna says, nothing happens except at the correct time. But shune rakha bhalo, it is good to hear. Because if you don't hear at all, then at the correct time nothing will happen. So here when it says that Tejasvi means Swa-artha prakashakam, shedding light on its own meaning, this has been interpreted, actually I am indebted to the article in Vedanta Kesari, Madras Journal, for this Sayanacharya translation of Sayanacharya commentaries. So this is the interpretation of the person who wrote that commentary, who wrote that article. So this is this may be the meaning of Swa-artha prakashakam, that may the teaching reveal itself in course of time. That is the meaning of the word Tejasvi. And last one, Ma vid vishavahai. So this is a simple thing, it's common sense. Only if there is mutual respect and trust between the teacher and the student, then only that love, if it is not there, then no knowledge can be exchanged at all. If there is no trust, no love, if there is misunderstanding, if there is quarreling, then knowledge cannot be transmitted, it can never be gained. So ma vid vishavahi, may we means the teacher and the student, may we not quarrel with each other, maybe not suspect each other, maybe not have unfounded allegations against each other. Because if these are there, knowledge cannot be exchanged at all. It will be fruitless, this teaching and learning. So now, as you know, today we are having our annual general meeting, and the time has been told as 12. So we'll have to leave the other part which I thought I would cover today, that is the what the great Shankaracharya has to say about this. We will leave it for the next time. We can discuss that and maybe another Shanti Mantra and for our future class on this subject. So now since only 5 minutes are there, we will have to end this discussion here and have a short meeting. So let us end it here. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanam.
Like this open?